Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to continue talking about multiplying polynomials. Today we're going to get into binomials times binomials and even bigger. All right, so day 2. So we have what's called FOIL, okay? And it's just one way to multiply binomials. And it really only works for binomials, which is why we don't teach it a ton. But what FOIL stands for is you multiply the first two terms together. So that's the F, so FOIL. The O, you multiply the outsides together. The I is the multiply the insides together, and the BD is you multiply the last together. So you can always come back to this multiplication, and I'll show you both ways for the first problem. But most people prefer the box method, which I'll show in our example. Okay? So if we're multiplying two binomials together, so yesterday we just distributed. The problem is you have to distribute all the terms here. So that's where FOIL comes in. The first thing we're going to do is x times x, because those are the first two terms, because there's two terms in both parentheses. Well, x times x is x squared. And then we do the outsides. Well, x times 2 is 2x. Then we do the insides. Well, 3 times x is 3x. Okay? And then we do the last, which is 3 times 2, which becomes 6. And then we would combine like terms, making sure it's in standard form. So there's no other x squareds. I can combine my x's together to be 5x plus 6. So if you are to multiply these binomials together, this is the polynomial that you will get. Okay. Now we're going to do the same problem, but what I'm going to do is the box method. So I'm just going to rewrite this off to the side here so we have it all on one screen. Okay. So this was two terms by two terms. So I drew a 2 by 2 box, kind of like we talked about yesterday. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have x and 3. Each term goes in a section of the box, and then x plus 2. You can write the plus 2 or just the 2, either works. And then, like I said yesterday, you multiply the pieces that are in the same row and column. Okay? So x times x is x squared. So we did x times x. 2 times x is 2x. And I'm just going to make it so I don't have lines. X times 3x, so we're doing x times 3, which would be 3x. And then we're doing 2 times 3, which would just be 6. And again, we would combine like terms, so you can kind of see that 3x and 2x go together. So we'll have x squared plus 2x plus 3x. I'm going to write it out just for the first couple times, but you can add it together in your head if you'd like. And then we'd have x squared plus 5x plus 6. Okay? So either method, I don't care. I'm just going to move this over here so that way it's not in my way when I go to write into the next box here. Okay? So either way, I don't care what method you choose. Both are sound. Okay, but see what works for you. Okay, all right, let's try this one together. I'm just going to do the box method, so if you're choosing to FOIL, that's totally fine. You should get the exact same answer as us. So notice I have 2 terms by 2 terms again, so I have a 2 by 2 box. If I had more terms, I would just draw a bigger box. So this is going to be x, and this is going to be -5. We want to take that sign in front of that number, okay? Otherwise, it's going to throw off your whole answer. And then we'll have an x and a plus 2. Now I could have put the x minus 5 up here and the x plus 2 down here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so again, I'm doing x times x, which is x squared. Remember, it's not 2x because that's x plus x. Then we're going to do x times 2, which is 2x. We're going to do x times -5, which is -5x. And we're going to do -5 times 2, which is -10. Again, I can see I have some like terms here to combine, but I'm going to write them out just for giggles. So we have x squared plus 2x minus 5x minus 10. So we have x squared minus 3x minus 10. You should have gotten the same answer if we FOIL, because you would have done x times x, which is x squared, x times 2, which is 2x, -5 times x is -5x, minus 10, because 5 times 2, -5 times 2 is -10. So just make sure you're taking that sign in front. And again, you would simplify them. I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I decided to anyways. Okay, so either way, you'll get the same answer. All right. Now this one is trying to trick you up just a little bit. This really means x plus 5 times x plus 5. So you write it twice and then you multiply it. So go ahead and try this one on your own using whichever method you prefer. So we have x plus 5 and x plus 5. So it's going to give us x squared, 5x, 5x, and 25. Again, we got these by multiplying the column and row that they belong in. So this is going to become x squared plus 10x, because 5x plus 5x is 10x, plus 25. Okay. All right. Again, let's try this one. We'll have you guys try it. So we're going to have 3a squared and minus b, and a squared minus 2b. Well, 3a squared times a squared would be 3a to the fourth, because we add our exponents. 3a squared minus 2b, would be negative 6a squared b, because there's no a's and b's to combine with, so they just come along for the ride. A squared times negative b would just be negative a squared b. Again, we like to write our variables in alphabetical order to help us out to make sure when we're combining like terms that we can see those clearly. Negative 2 times negative 1 is a positive 2, and then we'll have b squared because b times b is b squared. I noticed here that we have an a squared b and an a squared b, so those are like terms that we can combine. So we'll have 3a to the fourth, and then negative a squared b minus a 6a squared b would be negative 7a squared b, and then we'll just bring that 2b squared down along for the ride. Again, there's no standard form when we have two variables, but typically we'll write them kind of in alphabetical order. Okay? All right. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.